FM. Hello. Yes, it worked. I'm so excited. Friday Night
Let me
Feels.
say, I was so looking forward to that.
Yes, with my friend Irene. Yes, representing my good friend Irene Rodriquez. I'm going to introduce her properly. My name is Patrick Monette. I'm a licensed mental health counselor in the lovely state of New York, and this is Friday Night Feels. This is, for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, this is a show I started almost a year ago. I can't believe it's been a year. Every 2 weeks, I have the beautiful experience to talk to amazing people all over the world who are in the counseling field, who focus on wellness, who do different jobs, businesses, and opportunities that help other people. And so tonight, I have my lovely friend Irene Rodriguez from Florida. Hello, Irene!
Hello.
Yay! So I'm so excited. I'm so excited you're here. It's
I was so looking forward to it's
hello.
Friday.
Yes. Listen, I don't have a lot to look forward to. There's a pandemic, and it's a little stressful. So Irene and I were talking about before we started, what we wanted to talk about. And there's like so much that you're going to have to come back so we can do continuous, because there's just too much.
Happy to do that. Happy to do that.
So you were in private practice in South Florida, correct?
Yes, actually, okay. I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale. Okay. I don't think I've
But
ever
right now
been
it's all Florida because, of course, I'm doing everything telehealth.
Telehealth. Okay. And one of the things that you and I had talked about that I was so excited because even though we're both mental health counselors, one of the things that's amazing is you really have some specialties that I'm really excited to learn about that I don't know that much about. First, what is being from Puerto Rico and, representing the Latino community and being an advocate for the evolution of mental health, right? And we were just talking about that of, mental health treatment in the Latin community and how, and we're going to get into this. So giddy up. It's going to be a great show. We were also talking about dancing mindfulness, which I didn't realize I'm so ignorant that I haven't taken it yet. So Irene is educating me on my errors. And also the other thing Irene and I were talking about is expressive arts therapy. And so I don't know. So how are you, Irene? I'm just rambling on.
I was like counting. Okay, so
you're pretty amazing.
We're going to start. Yeah, like.
And this is like all the amazing stuff that you do.
Absolutely.
Like, bienvenido a la noche de viernes.
Oh, thank you. So, let me see where I can start. I just said it, I'm from Puerto Rico. I moved to South Florida, specifically to Fort Lauderdale, October 2007.
Okay.
So do the math. How long ago?
13 years, 14 years?
Yes. Yeah.
I studied counseling. I don't know math. I'm sorry.
Yeah, same here. I just went back. I'm back to school. No. Talking about math and counseling, how that is.
I can't even deal. Together. I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter.
Yeah.
Tengo rabia.
Actually, I'm going to start tutoring. Tutoring is how you call?
Yes. Yep.
Like for a statistic.
Yes.
Because I'm doing so bad at school with that class, so I have to. Yeah. Anyway. So going back, 2007, I moved here, and because of that move, I've been able to be here where I am. I've been able to. I was exposed to so many cool things.
Right.
At the time, I was doing the PhD over there. When I moved here, I have to start over. Again, doing the math for me was easier starting a mental health master program.
Mm-hmm.
So I started that. I was working in the a treatment center, addiction, outpatient treatment.
Oh, I didn't know that. We have that in common.
Oh, yes.
Hello.
Oh, I love it. Actually, that was my favorite. If I could go back, I will do it.
You know what? I didn't know EMDR. I wish I knew EMDR.
At the time, exactly. In that treatment center, I was exposed to trauma.
Yes.
And EMDR. I remember they gave us like an introduction course. I still have at the time some money from the student loan. Wow. So I invested on the EMDR training.
Brilliant.
So I took the time off. I invested on that, and it's how I met then Jamie.
Oh, Jamie!
She was here. She was here, and she's here with us. She gave me gifts. It was one of her presents, and she's here.
Oh, I love
with us in present.
I love it. She might even pop on and say hello tonight.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And because of that, then I was able to be exposed to dancing mindfulness and everything that I'm doing right now.
Oh, that's amazing.
So that was, a happy accident.
Right. And for those of you who aren't, well versed in it, EMDR is the eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy that I'm trained in, and Irene is actually one of senior faculty members of the Institute for Creative Mindfulness. So it's so amazing to have her spearheading, not just as instructor, but also being able to offer it in Spanish and English, which I just think is revolutionary, and opening the door for so many people to be able to get trained in this therapy that focuses on and helps trauma-related issues and much more than that, addiction, loss. I use it with couples and groups, and it's just amazing. It helps people, especially in these traumatic times. It's extremely important to be educated and well-versed in something that we can offer our clients.
Oh, absolutely. And have we were on the same work frame. I mean, understanding of what is mental health issues, and it's all trauma related.
Right.
It's all trauma related. So having an instrument that is EMDR, that is mindfulness, expressive art, as a way to heal.
Right. Yes.
As a way to help. It's amazing.
Right.
It's
now,
amazing.
How would you, and we can get back to EMDR, but I want you to educate me a little on expressive arts, because there's something about it, and I talked to Jamie about this, of like wanting to learn more about it, but I don't really, I guess I confuse it with art therapy. And I'm just wondering if maybe you could help me understand a little bit more, because first of all, I follow you on Instagram and Facebook, and your posts are always so beautiful and inspiring. I'm not artistic, so I don't know if I could do that. Like, I can't even draw a stick figure.
Beautiful. So chances are that because of the last two statements that you said, I'm not artistic, I can even draw with sticks. You may be the perfect candidate to benefit of expressive arts. Okay, because that is what we do. Okay, expressive art, we are not trying to do any specific art. Okay, we are trying to use different forms of art to express ourselves.
Right.
Okay, because so far chances are that we just learn how to express using verbal communication, talking.
Right, talking.
Writing.
Through. Right.
In what other ways you learn to express yourself, or you even allow to express yourself?
Right.
Because chances are, if we are with family, friends, and we want to sing, what we do? We like, oh no, I don't know how to sing.
Right.
Or if we want to dance, I want to dance, but I'm such a bad dancer.
Right.
Okay, so using expressive arts is a way. What expressive art therapy does is facilitate the process of self-exploration.
Wow. Okay.
And we all are artists.
Okay.
What the babies does, what a toddler does when listen to music.
They dance usually, like move.
They dance. They dance. And if
se
you
mueve,
pay attention, they dance even in the rhythm. Se mueve.
Se mueve,
okay,
corazón.
Salsa, merengue.
Yes.
It's already in us.
Yes.
Okay, they paint, they doodle. You don't teach them how to do that.
No, it's natural, right?
It's
Right.
natural. So we are born with that. It's our birthright to express in artistic, in expressive ways. But because the school, the system, steal that from us.
Oh, so we learn how to
And
shut
then
down.
we learn how to withhold, shut down,
Wow.
how to be quiet, how to be polite.
How to fit in,
Because you
right?
are not supposed to dance like this. You are
Right.
supposed to dance in certain way.
Right.
Okay? You are not supposed to sing whatever you want to sing, however you want to chant, because that's not right.
Right. Right.
Okay, so then expressive art is a way how we combine everything that is art. So you say, is art therapy? One of the difference with expressive arts is that we don't diagnose, okay? We don't interpretate the
Okay.
clients
Okay.
process, okay? We just facilitate exploration. And
Mhm.
it's multimodal,
Okay.
multi-art, meaning that in one session, we may use 2 or more type of arts,
Okay. Wow.
okay,
Mhm.
of artistic expression,
Mhm.
music, writing, movement,
Mhm.
visual art as part of the process.
Right.
And what we do is explore the process, help the client to connect with
Right.
whatever it is at the moment.
You know, that was one of the things that I loved about Jamie and her in the Institute for Creative Mindfulness, because I was trained in another institute when I learned EMDR, and I'm appreciative of it. I loved it. It opened the door for me, but there wasn't the connection to being trauma informed therapist that I didn't even know I was missing. And I remember when I was assisting at a training with Jamie, and she was showing like a body movement or something like that. It was just so non-judgmental and loving and inviting, and everybody, I think there was maybe 20 of us in the room, and we all just let
Yeah,
loose and just move the body,
yeah.
like you're saying. And it just really let something in me release, like, oh, I don't have
Mhm.
to be that perfect professional. I don't have to be serious all the time. I don't have to be harsh on myself.
Yes,
Because I think, I
yes.
don't know about your experiences, but I know sometimes in the mental health field, the expectations, the stress, especially in the last year with COVID, can drive us over the edge, right?
Yes, yes,
And so
absolutely,
I love how you're
absolutely.
explaining it, of just the beautiful way
Yeah,
to connect to ourselves and
yeah,
to learn how to express ourselves.
yeah. And you said that I don't have to take myself so serious,
Right,
and that is a serious decision.
right,
We must do that.
right.
Otherwise, we are going to burn out.
Yeah. And in the
Otherwise, we are
addiction,
going to burn out.
I think they said in the addiction field, burnout is a year and a half now. And if you've worked in addictions, I mean, I'm not knocking
Yeah,
mental health, but I know in
yeah.
addictions,
And that is burnout. That is compassion fatigue. That
yes.
is
And then
vicarious trauma
you
because of
just burn
everything
it.
that we do. And absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And then we don't have ways to what? To connect with the body.
Right.
Because as a mental health we are always
Right.
here. And what we do after the session, notes, and then
Yes.
billing, and then homework. And if you are a regular therapist, I'm doing the quotation
I
sign
know.
for the audio. Okay, then you have to worry about homework, about follow up. It's a lot.
Yeah. You're
It's
always
a
on.
lot. It's a lot. And then when you have time to practice what you preach to your clients,
Exactly.
when you have time to practice mindfulness, breathing exercise,
Right. Right. Because you
okay,
got to
and
see clients. You got to answer the
because you have to
calls.
see clients, yeah.
Corre,
So
corre,
we could
corre.
think that, corre, ándale, ándale, ándale.
Ándale. Vámonos. Más gente. Yeah.
Because we don't make time for that. We don't even honor the transitions between things.
Well, it's funny you mention that, because my first job after grad school I absolutely loved. I was working in the addiction field, but one of the uh, traumas was that we weren't encouraged to get therapy for ourselves. There was the expectation. I just remember people I worked with who, because they were counselors, they already knew everything. What is a counselor going to tell them? And when I left that job, I eventually found a job where everyone I worked with was in therapy. And I was like, okay. And it was the best. Like, it was the insanity of, I dedicated my life to this field, but I don't even know how to do it in a healthy way where I'm not killing myself.
Yes. Yes. And how am I going to be a good therapy if I don't do my own work?
Right.
Because if we go to trauma, I haven't worked with my own issues, that we all have it.
Right. Oh, preach. Yes.
One way or another later.
Yes.
We all have those. Okay, or we have that specific client, a specific situation, presenting problem, then boom. Okay, then what I'm going to do?
Right.
Okay, so it's absolutely needed.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love this. So expressive art. So if people were interested in expressive art, could they reach out to you even if they weren't in Florida?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so is your I can put the social media on just because I love connecting people. So Irene Rodriquez, is that your social media name of like Instagram and all that jazz?
Yes.
Okay.
So the name of my company, no, it's fine. It's Mindful Journey Center.
Okay, Mindful
Journey Center. That is the name of the company.
Okay.
But then I go by Irene Rodriguez.
And then people who also follow me, they can just look you up and see that I follow you, which is nice about Instagram.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for dancing mindfulness. And then you mentioned dancing mindfulness. So dancing mindfulness under the umbrella of expressive arts therapist. Okay, because when we incorporate movement on that.
Right.
Okay, and do you know anything about dancing mindfulness, Patrick?
Well, I mean, I could make it
be
up.
Careful. Okay, so
I'm
make it up. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm going to lie, and then I'm just going to get the thunderbolts. Because I'm friends with all the really great dancing mindfulness.
Yeah, be careful.
I'm just I'm going to catch on fire for lying. I've experienced a little bit of it, but I'm not going to lie, I don't know enough about it. I usually just refer them to someone, but
No, it's fine. And it's nothing new. We go way back. The expressive art is nothing new. Okay. We have done that. You cook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
You are expressing yourself through the art of cooking.
Oh. Okay, so I do know more.
Culinary arts?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know.
Absolutely. Yes. You have a new thing with plants, something that is, you have a machine, I didn't get it. I was even doing close up. What is that?
It's amazing. It's called an arrow garden, and you just put these little pods in. And then I have lettuce and herbs.
Yes. So that is the way that you express yourself, things that you like.
Okay.
Things that help you to be in the moment.
So I'm not as in trouble as I thought I was.
You are not.
I was worried.
You've been doing this, and you are not even aware of.
Ooh, okay.
That you are part of this clan or this community already.
So these are all different ways that we express ourselves.
Absolutely.
Just and I love what you were saying. It's natural.
It's natural. It's like processing memories. Our system does that intrinsic, automatic.
Right.
It's the same, but we just need to have the time, create the time, be intentional.
Right.
Be intentional. Even the way that you fit your hair, this ring here, the way that you present yourself, you're expressing.
Right. And it's interesting, like you were saying, is, I can just reflect on my own experiences of how many ways throughout my life I've gotten messages of what's appropriate, what's right, what's wrong. As a man, what's right and wrong as a man.
What is appropriate? Absolutely.
Yep. To prove my masculinity, to prove this, to prove that. And, that's trauma. It's damaging because then if you try to step out of that, it's dangerous.
Yes.
It's a risk.
Yes. They are taking away your voice.
Right.
Your voice.
And you must see this as a woman, as a Latina, as an educator. You must see this in your experiences all the time of what it's like when people take away other people's voices.
Oh, absolutely. And how putting labels.
Oh, right.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, what would you like to explore from
Oh,
that part?
oh my God, I don't know all of it. Like I'm just so excited. So expressive art. So I'm sorry, you just kind of blew my mind. Of you know, for a while,
Mm-hmm.
with COVID, I can just be honest. Like I struggled with a loss,
Mm-hmm.
of just our life, having, being home, not being able to socialize or travel,
Mm-hmm.
and I just, I would work and I would do my thing, and I just realized I was in an unhealthy funk.
Mm.
And so I just started trying these random things, and they have brought such joy
Yeah.
that I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know, like buying plants or trying new recipes or just sharing it, having
Yeah.
a video show on Friday
Yes.
nights, like
Yeah.
it's profound that I never put that into perspective of that's just how.
Yeah. And even this show
Right.
could have the same name for other people, other person doing the same show with the same name,
Right.
but the show will be different
Right.
because it's not you.
Right.
It's not you. And that is the unique part of
Right.
the expressive art.
Right.
It's not about the technique, it's not about the steps,
The
about
perfection.
how the perfection is about being um, yourself,
Right.
being unique, being authentic with what it is.
Wow, authentic. That's such a
Being
powerful word.
authentic. Because outside we are not allowed.
Right. Right.
We are not allowed.
Right.
Okay. If I move, if I sing, if I read what I wrote outside, I may lose my license.
Right. Right.
But it's all human stuff.
Right.
Because we are human, and that is the
Right.
permission that we have to give ourselves as a mental health professionals.
Right.
Okay, I don't have to have everything figured out.
Right. And
Because we are just human.
right. And I think when I learned that lesson, I started sharing it with my clients and in my work, everything got so much better.
Yeah.
It became easier. Like, oh, we're in this
Yes.
human
We
experience
are
together.
here.
Yeah.
We are here.
Yeah.
You're
Connected.
here. You have your things, I have mine, and I just have questions, I just have some techniques, and I'm going to facilitate your process. But
Right.
you have to tell me, as a client, I need to know how we can make this work.
So
Because
how
the
does
client
that?
have the answers already.
Yeah. How do you facilitate that online now with telehealth? Like if we were doing a session or a group with expressive arts?
Basically, yes. Basically, the only difference is that the client may have, needs to have the materials.
Okay.
So we'll have the client to have the basic art supplies, some crayons, markers, some paper. And then what we do, if this were a regular session, we are going to have like a goal. What things? Okay, what would you like to achieve from this session? And then we facilitate. I facilitate the class.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The format is pretty much the same that you do in a group session.
Okay.
But then the techniques are different.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you get to process it, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Through questions. And something beautiful also happens because it's so, there are times that we get surprised with what happened through the process.
Right.
Because if we feel comfortable enough, safe enough in that space, meaning the client, okay, unconscious material is going to what? Start to come available.
Right.
Okay, because we are going to engage the body, because we are not here.
Right.
We are just connecting other parts.
Mm-hmm.
Sensation, emotions, memories. Okay, we invite the client to be present, to notice with all the senses. Okay, and then through music, writing, the combination, start to cook. It's like, imagine like you cook, like it's slow cooking, like marinating things.
I love that.
Okay,
Oh,
all
I
together,
love that.
all together,
Ay,
all
qué
together.
rico. Quiero cocinar.
Yes, and it's the you hungry
I'm
now.
so ready to
and
cook.
It's the client. Yeah. So I propose, I suggest ingredients, and the client decide how they are going to use it.
Right. Oh,
And
I love
when
that
is cooked, okay, it's done. I'm done.
Right.
Not because I said it, as
Right.
if I'm doing the quotation again.
Good.
Not because I'm said it, because I'm the clinician, I'm the expert. It's because the client feel it.
Right.
It's the feels done. Feels done. Okay, and then through that we have this conversation back and forth. And it's a beautiful way also to integrate with other type of therapy. You can integrate EMDR, different phases of EMDR with expressive arts. And when I say expressive art, could be even listening to a song, to music. Movement, move by one hand, move one hand only with that sound.
Oh,
how that feels.
Right.
Can you see that this is actually what? Different dimensions.
Right.
Okay, how that feel moving that finger, moving like this. Okay, or holding this position. Okay, for clients that they cannot connect with their bodies. Talking about complex trauma.
Right.
So what you are noticing now, and they are like, what? What do you mean what you are noticing now?
Right.
So yeah, what you are noticing now as you are listening to this.
Do you find that I've had clients when I'm working with EMDR, sometimes they have a hard time. They'll say, I have a hard time visualizing something or imagining.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is if I incorporated or introduce them to expressive arts, it's grounding them into their body, or helping them into their body.
To the body, any color, sense,
right,
movement, sound, okay, location, where did you feel that? Okay, if that will have a shape, I don't know. Okay, just take this and do whatever, a doodle. How that feels. Okay, how that is that. And then they move through. Yeah. But if you practice, we go back then to practice what we preach, isn't it? What we share with the clients.
Right.
The thing is that you incorporate this in your personal life, like cooking. Cooking for you is like, oh, it's natural. You don't have to think. Okay. And you can even, the client may be telling you something and you are just thinking, like different like analogies.
Yes. Yep.
Like, okay, with the da 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 da, and then you made the connection. It's going to be the same. If you start to incorporate other forms of art. Writing. Like venting.
Right.
Okay, can you write that like without thinking? Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just write it.
That's beautiful.
Then look at it again. Okay, what title?
Right.
That. Or you read back to whatever the client wrote, and it's that connection. And for me, it has been the opportunity to connect in ways that I couldn't before. Talking about the treatment center.
Right.
I mean, I know that my accent is almost none, right? I don't even, you can get, I almost. Can you imagine 12 years ago?
Oh my God. No, I don't even, I wouldn't even recognize myself.
Oh,
good grief.
I remember this client, he was talking about how was alcoholic, several DUIs, and he was talking about how he has been feeling disconnected. He's not the same. He's not, and he was almost about to be homeless. Terrible situation, and he was connecting, contact, telling the story. I've stopped and said, you know what? Did you feel like comfortably numb? Like the Lincoln, oh my God, I forgot the Pink Floyd song, Comfortably Numb.
Okay.
Pink Floyd, because he used to like playing guitar, different instruments. So he knew about music. And he was like, yes, I feel like that. I feel like that song is how I feel. Right. So through that song, I was able to describe.
Oh, I love that.
To connect with him.
So we do have a comment, someone who wanted to connect. So Catherine, yes. Hi Catherine. She's sharing that I have found in my own experience that creating art can be so healing and freeing. Using expressive arts in your practice is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to have to join. I've been missing out. Sorry, folks. Like I didn't know.
It's fun.
Well, yeah.
It's fun. It's fun. And we all have that here.
Right.
You know that. I mean, that we have this inner child that needs to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, we need to connect with that.
Yeah.
We need to play with and messy things and then come back to reality.
Right. It was so funny. We've talked about our dogs.
Oh yes.
And how they're really amazing teachers.
Oh, yes.
So I took my dog out. My dog is like 38 pounds, so she's not big. But with the snow up here, she thinks she's a husky. So she thinks she can just jump into these piles of snow.
Jump.
And then instant regret. But I remember one day I was irritated. I'm like, oh, just go to the bathroom. And there was just this moment of she's enjoying the moment. Mm-hmm. And it just helped me like realign of, I don't even know like what nonsense I was in my head. I didn't have anywhere to be. Yes. You know, I'm walking my dog. Yes. But I was so disconnected.
Yes. So I'm going to tell you the Florida version of that.
Oh. You don't have
2-3 weeks ago. No. 2-3 weeks ago, we were doing a training together with Mara.
Yes.
Perinatal. Anyway. Yes. So every break that we have, I like to take my dog to walk, and the sun is so delicious. I'm sorry. People from North. The sun here and the warm is so delicious.
We're happy for you.
Yeah. So she has this joy just to lay down on the grass and look to the sun, and you see her eyes like receiving. And I'm like, come on, I have to go back to the workshop.
Yes.
Come on. But then I'm slow down.
Right.
Slow down. And I just enjoy with her.
Right.
Okay, the moment. Yeah. So how we can allow ourselves, give permission just to be a puppy.
Right.
Sometimes, and do what we want.
Yes.
Do what we want.
Right.
Yeah, as a responding of what we need.
Right. That
because if we listen to our body, because it's not like be like careless, reckless. It's not that. Right. It's like what I'm needing right now, what my body needs to calm down, to feel present, and move through that. Just response to that.
One of the suggestions, and maybe I was doing expressive arts and I didn't even know it. One of the things that I did around Christmas time was it was just different this year. You know, you couldn't see people as well. So I went and got a hot chocolate, and I'm like, I have to get out of the house, put on my favorite Christmas music, and just looked at Christmas lights for like 2 hours.
Yes.
And I felt like a kid. It was like, but it was amazing. And I felt so relaxed when I got home, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Expressive arts, New York.
That is about.
Get ready.
That is about.
Right.
You are doing that.
And do you see, we were talking a little bit about culture before. Do you see differences, compared to like being in Florida compared to Puerto Rico in people being open to expressive arts therapy and EMDR?
Um, I will say that it's the same, especially with art.
Okay.
This misconception of, oh, I don't have, I'm not an artist, I cannot do that. Okay, especially with visual art.
Okay.
With the movement, I mean, from the Caribbean, we may connect better and we may be like more free to move.
Right.
With other type of art, yes, it's the
Okay.
same fear and judgment.
Okay.
About the EMDR, my experience, at least here, is educating people about trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we talk about adverse experiences, issues, traumas that hasn't been resolved, that's still pending, we tend to, oh no, that is nothing. Okay, el pasado es pasado.
Sí,
okay,
sí,
whatever
sí,
happens
sí,
and
sí.
it's forgotten.
Right.
Yeah.
Claro.
Okay, so educating people that, not really.
Right.
Okay, the past is still here.
Yes.
Okay, and maybe that resistant of understanding. So that is mostly the same. Doing EMDR in Puerto Rico, because the Latin culture, we are more like maybe expressive and outgoing. We tend to hug.
Right.
That part, yeah, or maybe more talkative, more expressive. So educating what is EMDR and what we do as well. But as soon as the connection made, so we have here the therapeutic connection and the trust, especially.
Right.
Okay, the process goes well.
Goes smoothly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
We were talking about culture. We were saying just there are different experiences, especially with the term Latino community.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes people put that in a box, and it's such a beautiful mosaic.
Yeah.
Of
or assuming
cultures.
that, yes. So at least I won't say that in Puerto Rico people don't listen to rancheras, so those kind of things from what is the
Samba.
Bands? The samba, no, the ranchera with the huge bands. Selena, what is Selena band? That kind of music. It's not rancheras.
The words, I don't know. Oh,
I
don't do well about quizzes. Oh God, I don't remember. Wait, there's a term. I'm gonna have to look it up. Sorry,
I know.
folks. I'm letting
anyway,
you down.
those we don't listen to that. At least I didn't know about that music until I moved here.
Okay.
So assuming that because we speak Spanish,
yeah, everyone.
Okay, we listen to mariachis or like rancheras
right.
or like it's not.
Right.
It's not. It's not. So yeah.
And that's one of the things that I love about the Latino community. And I don't even know if that's the appropriate phrase anymore. And but it's like, because every country is so beautiful and unique.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about this before, that the Spanish dialect is different in each country. Yes. The amazing food is different in every country. The music, the culture, it's such a amazing experience everywhere that you go. And Irene and I were talking about our different experiences in different countries within Latin America, and their views on therapy, and it changes in every country. Like I've lived in South America where it was more talk therapy wasn't really, I never saw it, but psychologists, psychiatry was respected, yet now I see that they have EMDR International. So it's really exciting because I know that it works. I believe in it.
But still, whatever is alternative medicine, what is mindfulness, arts, using in clinical settings, still new.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a lot of work to do, but it's good. It's good.
It's
Changes
moving.
are happening. It's moving. Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. So, and now with social media, this
We're all over.
connection, I
Yeah.
mean, it's perfect. We have
Yeah.
so much information available.
Right.
So trainings without need to travel.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
Although I wouldn't mind traveling to like Puerto Rico right
the
now.
same.
I mean, I've seen
We have to
pictures.
do. We have to do a junte. No a junte. We have to get it. Do it together.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we have to. We have
Yeah, that would be
to.
amazing.
That will be nice.
So what are talking about self-care, what do you do for self-care with all this
Mhm,
insanity in the last year? How do
mhm.
you take care of yourself, or how do you teach your clients to take care of themselves?
Okay. Breathing is important.
Okay.
The breathing. Nothing special. Nothing like fancy counting or doing. No, just noticing the breath.
Okay.
Noticing the breath, and a reminder of noticing the breath also is during transition as they are moving from task to task. Perhaps I'm doing here sending an email. Okay, I have to answer a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
So stop, catch up with the breath,
Mm-hmm.
honoring those transition. Grounding techniques, noticing what is around them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I use a lot of music. Okay, help them to identify the song, a 3-minute song, the playlist. Okay, that you can listen to.
Right.
Either during break, while driving, although
Okay.
we are not driving as much,
Right.
but that kind of things helps.
Okay.
At home, having a good ritual. Okay, sometimes you think that we need like an hour, half an hour, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how you can transfer that to the daily life task. Okay,
You
even
can
when you
grow
wake up in the
plants.
morning, absolutely, even before getting up,
Right.
in the bed, just pause. Rather than jumping, just pause. Take a
Right.
moment just to stretch.
Right.
So sometimes, okay, what do you teach to your clients? Just be present.
Right.
Just be here.
Right.
Because
Do as
from
I
there, you can just slow down.
I don't need it. I'm rushing.
I'm rushing, and then what happened when we are rushing? What happened when we
Disaster.
rush?
Disaster.
Disaster. Where are my kids? Where's my phone? Oh my God, I didn't. I'm not wearing deodorant. That happened to me the last day, last week.
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, that man stink. I was like putting water to my plants. I said, oh my God, it was me.
Oh.
It was me. I didn't put deodorant that day. Why? Because I was like, oh, that's fine. I was taking, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how I can enjoy the little things in life.
Right.
Okay, those little moments. And that is like, yeah. Here we go again. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
it. That is what we need to do. And from
Yeah.
there, little by little. And exploring what works for you
Mm-hmm.
as well.
And
Maybe music is not your thing.
right.
Maybe it's walking. Maybe it's just playing with your dog.
Right.
Maybe it's
Or
watching a silly show
right. Or growing
that help you
lettuce.
to be here. Eating.
Do you need? I'll
Whatever
grow
is
the
it.
lettuce. You can eat it. I'll send it. Because I'm sure you don't have homegrown lettuce in Florida.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. And maybe it's even like going back to your childhood. What do you used to enjoy?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And then if
How
they
you
didn't,
used to
if,
play by yourself? Like
yeah.
what? Oh, I used to play with this, my stories, rara. Okay. I used
Mm-hmm.
to color. I used to. What about you get to that?
One thing that a friend of mine suggested. So I'm trying to develop my green thumb with my plants. So a friend of mine told me that she had read an article that uh, someone had done a research thing where classical music helps plants grow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking I don't want to kill my plants, so I started playing classical music every day.
Yes.
And then I noticed I started feeling better.
Yes. And you can find tons of stories about that. Studies.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
I think I even hear, I don't have a course reference. Don't ask me the reference, Patrick. And even the las vacas, they produce more milk
okay.
because of the music.
Oh, that it makes sense.
The
Hey,
music. Why?
well,
It's like
you know what I noticed?
we're
And this
all
is,
connected.
I used to, when I was cooking, I would put music on, right? But I wasn't getting that level of relaxation. So then I put on the instrumental music, and it was game change. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just my brain. I was like, it
Yeah.
just relaxed me. I didn't have to
Yes.
think
Exactly. You were
more,
here.
you know. Yeah.
You were here.
Right.
You were here.
Right.
And something, thank you for saying I don't have to think. And I get what you are saying, like cooking, la la la. But sometimes, sorry, I didn't say la 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 like nothing.
It's good.
I
Listen.
didn't want to repeat everything that you said.
Whatever. It's Friday Night Feels.
Whatever.
Listen, I'm gonna get my oil. I just need a little oil, Irene. Like a little intense. By the way, I just got this new oil. It's vanilla.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
vanilla.
we were taking. Oh,
I mean, I'm in heaven.
Delicious.
Like I get to spend the evening with you and with everyone watching.
Beautiful.
And vanilla, like I'm present.
Beautiful. So and talking about that present and like having thoughts, things in the mind, something that is a myth about meditation, mindfulness, that is clearing the mind.
Right.
The mind is going to think all the time.
Right.
We are going to have thoughts all the time.
Right.
So the intention is not like be like blank,
right.
like nothing. Okay, it's about being aware of my thoughts.
Right.
Oh, I'm thinking about this. Oh, I'm thinking about the oil. I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking, and be aware. Mm-hmm. That is the practice. Mm-hmm. That is that, and not getting lost in those thoughts.
Which then allows us to see those needs and what are our feelings. Like, am I feeling stressed? Am I feeling worried? Like
about what? Yeah, because that worry didn't show up because I'm here to be with you. No.
Right.
It's something that is pending. So it's something that needs our attention.
Yes.
Okay, I hear you. I see you. Okay, but I'm here now.
Right.
And we go back to whatever we are doing. Breathing, cooking, with the plants. Da, 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 da. Yes, I hear you, but I'm here now.
Right, right.
And then whatever we are in that task, we take care of the things that we need to take care of.
And I'm sure you can relate to this, but sometimes it just made me think of a story. I call them the oh shit moments of therapy, when something happens and you don't know what to do. And you're like, oh, ay Dios, ¿qué voy a hacer? What am I going to do? So sometimes, in a little trade secret, sometimes that's when you just say a little prayer, or at least that's what I do. Uh-huh. And there was one time where, this is before EMDR, where I was trying to help someone who would just get really overcome by anxiety and fear. And I just said, oh shit, I don't know what to do. So I just took a breath and I started to sing. And I said, I want you to sing this song anytime you're afraid. And I just took a deep breath in, and they just stared at me, and I said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. And they looked at me as if I was crazy. But we both started laughing so hard. Yeah. Because it just broke. It was, something of a simple song, like going back to being a kid, that was about love and strength and resilience. Yeah. And bringing in that, getting the person to laugh just breaks that darkness, I find. Yes. So you only broke that anticipation that is the anxiety. Yes. You brought the person to the present. Right. And laughed. What happened when we laughed? Right. You feel better. Feel more calm. We feel better. Safer. We breathe. Yeah. Right. That part. Okay. So I don't sing to my clients. I don't do that. I play music, but I laughed. Okay. I laughed. Right. Okay. I'm just okay now. Take a deep breath in. Okay. And your self just laughed. And I laughed with them.
Okay, I like shake a doodle, like, okay, I do that with them.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely, a change. The
Yes.
relationship change.
Yes, it does change.
Okay, they say, oh, he's human. Oh my God, he can sing. I cannot sing. Oh, we are the same. If he dares to sing, I dare. I can do that.
Oh, you should see me
So
around
how
Christmas.
come?
When I was in high school. When I was in high school, I got in trouble because we were in art class. Actually, maybe this is a trauma I need. And
Oh.
you're working. It's the holiday season, so I was singing Christmas songs, and I got in trouble with my art teacher. I'm like, well, I'm not allowed to say. So I went in and I started singing the only Jewish song. It's like dreidel, 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 I made you, and I got in trouble for that too.
Yeah. See?
Like,
Yes.
oh, shutting
See
down my
how
creativity.
you see how trauma show up?
Yeah.
We got to the root.
Yes.
The possible root.
Right.
Maybe the flowback memory that we need to work on.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Yes. Trauma.
Yes.
But it's interesting, of, like I was saying before, how many messages you receive to shut down, to comply, to behave, to walk a certain way, to greet a certain way. Those messages are so aggressive.
The messages about the body.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, the body. You cannot dance ballet, you cannot do this because of your body, the type of body.
Right.
Okay, how is that? Okay, that may be like professional, but what we are talking here is just to have fun.
Right.
You just have to connect with.
Right. There's so much pressure.
It's because I need it the same way that I need to take shower, I need to drink water.
Right.
I need to connect with
myself.
So I need to find ways to connect with whatever, to vent in ways that I cannot talk.
Right. Because sometimes we don't have the words.
That we don't have the words.
Right. Yes.
We don't have the words.
Right.
And how does the one picture say how many words? Is to say that
a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. And we say that and we can relate all the images, but we don't give ourselves permission.
Right. Right.
To just do whatever. Let me put this that I'm feeling in paper. Just go. Close your eyes and just go with.
Let it out.
Just go with. And see what happens.
Yeah. I've had a lot of clients who have grown up in really abusive households with lots of trauma. And I called this, I named it this technique called the porcelain doll technique, where you had to be perfect, not move, just look good, but not to be played with or not to be enjoyed.
Oh.
And, some people are still living that. They don't know how to break free.
Yes. Yeah. And talking about it.
Right.
Maybe not enough.
Right. Right.
Maybe not enough.
There may not be words.
And that is where then. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that is where we need to add some movement, some other ways to connect with.
Right. Whatever. To get that energy going.
Yeah, I remember my father, poor thing, he used to take me to art classes. I was really bad, compared with the other students, but he was so proud of me at the time. And also I wanted to play guitar, and I was taking guitar classes. And when my mom and dad, they were getting divorced, I was like maybe 11 years old.
Okay.
I remember my mom coming to my room, say, you need to start studying better, like more, and stop wasting your dad money on those classes.
Ouch.
I remember that kind of things.
Right.
Okay, so how we invalidate.
Right.
Okay, something so important right now. I don't even know if it's school. I don't have children, so I don't know if the school have like the art
I-
program
I
anymore. I
think
think
every
that is
area is
cost. It's
changing.
every
Yeah, a lot
area
of
changing,
yeah.
but it's not as much. That
Right.
I know.
Right.
That I know. So then what else? What about if talking, speech, writing,
Hmm.
spelling bees
Right.
is not my thing?
Right.
What I do have to, what about if sports
Right.
is not my thing? How I
Hmm.
can express myself? How can I figure out my own identity, my
And
voice?
not being afraid, or not being afraid, but not letting the fear of failure stop us
Yeah,
from even trying. Like,
yeah,
maybe I won't be good at the guitar, but at least I'll try. That
yeah.
not letting the
Because
fear
it's not the
decide.
performance. It's not the performance.
Right.
It's the fun.
Right.
It's the fun. It's
Right.
just the way how that feels in being the moment. So we need
Right.
to go back to the same permission that we give to a little kid, the toddlers,
Hmm.
to do whatever.
Yeah, to be free.
To do whatever. That is the permission that we have to give ourselves
Hmm.
and to see what happened. We need that.
And to let ourselves be free.
Yeah. With whatever ways that, healthy ways.
Right. Healthy. Adaptive.
Yeah. At least most of the time.
Listen, I may have eaten a few unhealthy cookies in my
Exactly.
day.
At least most of the time. Let's balance it.
But you know what? Then I stepped on the scale and I'm like, all right, I'm not in balance. So I'm going to do a little more movement than I am ingesting. And
Absolutely.
you can,
Yeah.
you just readjust and you learn and you grow.
Yes. 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 And starting where you feel comfortable. Where
Right.
you feel comfortable. So
Right.
perhaps let's go to your case as a case study. If cooking is your thing, just honor that. Then you are cooking, you have the music.
Right.
Okay. Then what about if you then kind of tell the story about your cooking,
Right.
make up stories,
Right.
okay, about that.
Well, it's funny
Okay.
because even those little voices, I was home one day and I had music on and I was, you just sing when you're doing it. And there was something that just said, "Oh, you should stop singing. You're really loud." And it's like, I'm literally home alone.
Yes,
It,
I sing to my dog.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Mine
I
just looks at
sing to
me.
my dog. Yeah, and I pretend that I'm in concert. So I'm
Yes.
singing. I cannot tell you what I sing because it's like just comes to.
Yeah.
But I ended, oh, and I pretend that I'm in a concert. Oh, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here celebrating the life of my Lila. Oh, I know. I'm terrible. You are so tired of listening to me, but I need to do this. And it's whole, and I walk through my place doing
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
Yeah.
What? I don't know my neighbor's name. If you need it to me, okay, whatever. Okay, so what?
My
Okay,
dog
but
just looks
feels
at me.
good.
She's like,
Feels
"Really? Again?"
yeah.
Yes, again.
Really?
Do you
This is how
want
you make the
food?
living. This is how you make the living.
Listen, you want food? You're gonna listen to this, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah, my niece called several times per week. Said, Titi, what you are doing? No, no, no. Oh, again, Titi, painting.
Yeah,
Are you painting again? Oh, Titi, what you are doing? Just dancing again? Oh,
just
one of those things that you do, just playing.
yeah,
Okay,
because
but
I'm an
we
adult, so I
play.
can.
Yeah, absolutely. We play seems to be a joke, but it's a serious joke.
Yeah,
So this is
and it's
serious.
changing people's
It's
lives.
about life. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And the connection make us more human
Right,
because I'm here in my body.
right.
I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here and talking about self-compassion
Yeah, exactly.
as
And
well.
you know, dedicating your life to helping other people, I think, is amazing.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
We need to do that. And then what you share with your clients is not a book technique.
Right.
It's what you are.
Right. Right.
It's what you are.
And it's funny because
And
sometimes,
it's different.
when I,
Tastes different.
yeah, when I do Friday Night Feels, I feel like it's an opportunity for me and my guests, like for that moment of vulnerability, to go
Yeah.
into different parts of ourselves. And sometimes I forget that other people are watching. And so they'll be like, oh, when you talked about this the other day, I'm like, what are you talking about? How did you know? It's like, oh, right.
Well, are
It's
we
on the
recording
internet.
this already?
What?
Are we recording this already?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So yes, because we are present.
Right.
We are present. We
Totally
are here,
forget.
and we lose track of time.
Like, what are we doing? What?
Say,
How did you
an
know?
hour already.
I know.
Yes, that is what we want.
Yeah.
We are here.
Right.
So how we can duplicate this
Right.
more often? How we can have more of this?
Mm-hmm. You know what I
during the day.
notice? I think the universe works in different ways. When I know I'm not, this happens every time when I'm not present, I'm rushing to leave my house and I drop my keys every time. And every time it happens, I know, all right, I need to take a minute because it's like a sign. I'm rushing. If
Yeah.
I'm, I'm not here. I'm not here.
Yeah.
And that's, sometimes people live in that place because it's safer, based on trauma experiences.
Mhm.
So it's finding of how you want to go from surviving to living and thriving, and expressing yourself, I think, is really important.
Yes. Yeah. And noticing you get that connection because you've been paying attention.
Right.
And you're able to, because you've been paying attention, you're able to connect the dots. And see the pattern.
Right.
Wait a moment, wait a second. Da 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 da. Oh, it's because of this.
Yes.
It's because of this.
Right.
And you're
I'm
able
doing
to
that thing
make
again.
changes. Not because a professional. Yes,
Right,
here we
right.
go again.
Right.
Okay. And then you decide if that thing is really like, oh, I need to change it, I need to modify because really is keeping me in trouble. Or maybe something silly, innocent. That is okay.
Right.
Okay, but then we have to balance. Okay, we have to balance. When I'm like all over the place and feel uneasy, I tend to eat.
Yes.
That is my thing. Carbs. That is my way to go. That is my way to go. And withdraw. I tend to be like quiet and more like withdraw.
Right.
And I know that. Okay, so what can I do to prevent that?
Right.
Okay, and talk about it and also be compassionate.
Yes. And
That's
to
it. Like,
to fight that shame.
Okay.
That shame.
Yes.
La vergüenza peligrosa.
Yeah.
The dangerous
and
shame.
stop pretending that we have everything figured out because we don't.
Right. We're not porcelain dolls.
Not everything.
And we don't have
not
to
everything.
No.
Yes, no, we may have some areas like in control, but there are others that they are not.
Right.
And that's fine.
Yes. It's normal.
Fine. And find healthy ways and a support system.
Yes.
To talk about it. And if we don't have it, because that could happen, hey, what about a diary? Something that you can keep tracking of that. A container, something that can hold and you be with.
Yeah. And someone told me, with diaries, journals, they have some really cool apps out there that you can have on your phone, but with a passcode, so no one else can read it.
Oh, yeah,
isn't that
tons
cool?
Of things. I do it. Absolutely.
Like, I'm just thinking of
whatever you may want is already.
Yeah, yes. I know.
Yes,
I missed the boat on that one.
Well, yes, and if you may want to do that in paper, you can do it, write whatever, and then paint over.
Yeah. Or if you want to give me a call, I'll sing with you.
It's not in your system, it's outside.
I'll sing with you.
Yeah, I'm going to call you. We can sing together.
So one of the things Irene and I were talking about is I think we've mastered Spanglish, because if you looked at our messages, I don't even know. It's like she'll write me in English, I respond in Spanish, she writes to me in Spanish, I write in both, and then we talk about our dogs, and then somehow it comes together. I don't know. It's perfect. It's beautiful.
You miss emojis. You miss emojis.
Yes, emojis. We can't forget the emojis. Yes, that's a whole other. I mean, I think we speak like 4 languages.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
this has been such an enlightening and
Oh,
delightful experience. I'm so thankful that you came to Friday Night Feels and spent this time with me. I know you're busy, so I appreciate you fitting me in. And
no,
I
thank you. My pleasure.
and
My
I hope you come back.
And this is, I feel that we are friends. I feel that I know you forever.
Yes.
And we haven't met in person.
No. No.
Haven't. So how cool is that? It's
I
so
know. When
wonderful,
we
that
meet,
connection. And
yeah.
we're so close that we kind of emoji back and forth and everything.
Randomly, like we've known each other
Yeah,
for
like
years.
messengers. And what did you message me this morning? Even before 7 a.m. was the message. So close that we are. That we even.
There's no shame. I don't care. I feel
That's
safe.
perfect. I was like, yes, I will be there.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Like whoops.
Beautiful.
It's just
Yes.
so I send you a
Yes.
huge hug from New York. I know you're doing busy with training this weekend, so I hope the training goes beautifully.
Oh, yes. Yes, everything
And
is fine. And thank you. Anytime.
awesome.
Okay, that you need to, yeah, I'm here. Just
Awesome. And
send
we'll
me a
definitely have you
message.
back. And
Send
thank
me
you to
another
everyone that
message.
watched and will watch. And if you're interested in any of this, you can connect with Irene on social media. And if you are on my Instagram, you can find her through mine. And you can write me if you want to get a hold of her because she's amazing. So thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Abrazos.
Bye bye. Good night.